I went from this to this in 10 days. My entire teenage adult life, I have struggled with acne, breakouts, acne scars, marks, all that kind of stuff. But fast forward to today, and I have finally figured it out. Keep watching, because by the end of this video, you're also going to finally be able to heal your acne, smooth out your skin, and have a regulated oil production. All with natural products and habits only. No aggressive ointments, no medication. In this video, I'm going to share exactly how I got to the root cause of my acne, my exact routine of what I did first to heal my breakouts quickly, but also heal my skin barrier so that I can establish a very solid foundation of a healthy, resilient skin. Then I will also share the exact skincare routine that I use now, including all the products to maintain the results. And lastly, I will also share my secret products and tips to heal acne scars and marks fast so that you can also go from this to this in 10 days. Firstly, you need to figure out the root cause of your acne. This is so you can act accordingly and be successful in healing it without wandering in the dark for too long. Don't skip this first step. Here are the exact prompts that I asked ChatGPT to figure out the root cause. Tell them where you live and what your symptoms are and since when those symptoms occurred. Anything else noteworthy, as well as the last time you remember where you actually had clear skin. And then please ask all the questions that you need answered so that we can get to the bottom of this and figure out what the cause could be. Then it will spit you out questions. You want to answer them in as much detail as possible. And after that, it will give you its top suspects of what the root cause is. And then next, you can ask for a detailed morning and evening routine or solutions that they suggest that you implement, and ask if implemented when to see the first results. And then you should already have a pretty solid starting point. So you take this list and then add anything from this video that you think could apply to your situation and that you would like to try out. And then with the list and my recommendations, write your own final skin healing protocol. So let's start with my exact routine for the first 3 to 4 weeks to heal any kind of active breakouts quickly, as well as my skin barrier to establish a good foundation of a healthy, resilient skin. First things first, I stripped my skincare to the basics to allow my skin barrier to heal. This means to cut out majority of your products and just go back to the basics. I also stopped using any tap water on my skin because with ChatGPT, I actually found out that the root cause for me personally was likely the water quality, because where we lived at the time, we had very hard water containing very high mineral content of calcium, magnesium, and iron, as well as other trace metals. And so these minerals stick to your skin when you wash it with the water and disrupt your skin's natural protective barrier. So what I actually did was only wash my face with bottled water and not getting it wet in the shower or having it touched by the regular tap water. I was aware that that was only a short-term solution, but if that's something that makes as much of a difference to you as it did to me, it might be worth investing into one of those water filters that you can attach to your tap. I also didn't use any makeup for at least 2 weeks, and the only product I used was this cream. No cleansers, nothing else, because your skin barrier has already been destroyed and you're only going to irritate your skin even more by using tons of products and cleansers that interrupt the skin's pH further and leave the skin more exposed by stripping it from all its natural oils. So the cream I use is specifically designed to repair your natural skin protective barrier and cell regeneration by containing probiotics and ceramides, but I'm sure there's tons of other similar moisturizers out there with kind of the same properties. I just got this one because the website I got it from is a very trusted website of mine for all things kind of skincare, and it was well rated, so I figured why not. And it did work pretty well for me. And lastly, on any spot that was super inflamed and open, I applied a very small amount of Zinc ointment because zinc is known to support the skin's healing of injuries, impurities, and pimples. This brand has worked best for my skin personally, but again, there's tons of similar products out there. Doing these steps every morning and evening for the first 3 to 4 weeks got me these results after 10 days only. And trust me, this was the most relieving thing that has happened in a while, because I was seriously concerned about my skin, how itchy and inflamed and flaky and red it had become. And I was just so desperate to finally have the feeling of healthy skin again. So when that happened, naturally, I just wanted to make absolute sure that I could maintain this healthy skin barrier and like the healing of the breakouts so that I wouldn't go back to this super inflamed state. And I'm not gonna lie, I still get the occasional spot here and there. My skin has always been super sensitive. I just have to eat the wrong thing or drink a tiny bit of alcohol or some sugary drinks or leave the sweat after workout on too long or have my period coming up and at the end of my cycle, I just get some breakouts. Like my skin will let me know as soon as she can. But with these next strategies and products, I have managed to keep my skin consistently in a condition 30 times better to where it used to be and keep it clear most days out of the month. So here's what I do. Once that skin barrier supporting cream was pretty much used up, I actually switched to Nor's Organics, and those have been the only products I've been using as my skincare for the last 3 to 4 months, I want to say. Again, none of this is sponsored, but within their Kill Acne Redness ritual, you get a moisturizer to use in the morning, one to use in the evening, as well as a face scrub to use every 3 to 4 days. And sometimes I use this tonic just before the moisturizer to seal in some extra moisture, but I don't actually think I can get that in the States, so we'll see about that. Then I also don't wear makeup often, but when I do, I want to make sure to get it all off without destroying my natural skin barrier again and leaving it dry and irritated. So what I will do is I use the oil cleansing method. This works super well because most makeup, sunscreen, and excess sebum are oil based. So when you massage oil onto your skin, it actually binds to and dissolves those oils, lifting them away gently instead of kind of scrubbing them off. And I personally mix my own oil cleanser because I found much better results with my personal blend than with store-bought versions, and I can full on control the ingredients, but I basically just use cold pressed organic pure oils only, like castor oil, jojoba oil, and rosehip oil. But if you want the exact tutorial with ratios and the exact oils I use, then let me know in the comments and I can make a separate video on that. But all you have to do is apply 2 to 3 pumps to your hands, distribute over your face, and then massage gently for 3 to 5 minutes. And the gentler, the better, and you'll start to feel these tiny granules forming, which is actually the dirt and dead skin cells and gunk kind of coming off. And that's exactly what you want. And then to remove it, I use a fresh facial towel which you run under hot water, not burning but steaming. Place it on your face for 10 to 20 seconds until it cools. That kind of really opens up your pores, and then you gently wipe away all the oil and impurities. Again, it works wonders because the steam really opens up those pores and ensures a super deep but very gentle cleansing. Then we have moved since to a city with a lot softer water. So far I've not noticed any issues with that, but considering a filter attachment can still be super helpful. Step number 4 is I healed my gut, but I will do a whole video on how I healed my gut soon, so don't forget to subscribe. And then when it comes to diet and your hormones, I of course try to eat as many of the following as possible. So whole, unprocessed foods, anti-inflammatory foods, like I made a whole video on that, which I'm going to link you up top. Probiotic rich foods, omega-3 fatty acids, natural sources of zinc, as zinc really helps with the healing process of your skin. Considering supplements can also be an option, as nutrient deficiencies can make a huge impact on your skin health, but make sure to get your blood work done first. And of course, it's super important to eliminate or at least limit refined sugars, processed foods, refined grains, any personal food allergens, and alcohol. If you're just trying to heal your skin externally, of course that can make a difference, but true healing is going to come from the inside. Your body needs those nutrients like zinc, omega-3s, anti-inflammatory compounds, and antioxidants to regenerate the skin effectively. So even things like staying well hydrated are of course also non-negotiable. Your skin regenerates every 30 days. So the nutrients that you consume during those 30 days essentially become those building blocks for your new cells. Because when the top layer dies off, the next layer emerges. But if it doesn't have all the nutrients it needs to heal properly, of course it can't build up like a solid layer of new skin. So make sure you nourish yourself with those and be patient. Because true changes to your skin, especially after changing your lifestyle and diet, you would only really see after those 30 days. And like with any other symptoms, I can't not mention stress. Unfortunately, stress affects every aspect of our health, including our skin, so it's no wonder that you typically break out even more in stressful situations or life stages. But I will link you my whole playlist on videos of how to manage your stress effectively, how you can regulate your nervous system up here, so you can check out that next. And these videos include tons of alternatives, even if you don't like to meditate. And lastly, I made sure that any kind of thing or product that directly touches my skin was organic, non-toxic, or at least no chemicals in it, with harmless ingredients. So things like your shampoo, your laundry detergent, your pillowcase, makeup, all of those things. So now that we've gone through the exact routine of how I re-established my skin barrier and maintained a clear skin while preventing breakouts, I'll also share with you my secret routine of how to heal acne scars and just kind of spots and marks and hyperpigmentation pretty fast. Step number 1 is to do a steam bath. So after you fully clean your face with the oil cleansing method I explained earlier, I boil some water, maybe add some salt, and then just place your face over it with a towel over your head for about 10 to 15 minutes. Again, it should be steamy but not painfully hot. This is just to open up all your pores again and prep them for the next step, which is my absolute power weapon for breakouts and acne marks, the Aztec clay mask, if that's how you pronounce it. This is where the magic happens. This Aztec secret Indian healing clay mask has literally saved my life. I am honestly afraid it will be discontinued someday because I have tried so many healing clays and bentonite clays and nothing has come close to this one. So what you want to do is you mix it with apple cider vinegar, which is important. Don't use water because that doesn't create the right consistency, and then apply it to your face and let it harden. On the packaging, it says to leave it on for about 10 to 15 minutes. Honestly, I have left it on for more like 30 minutes to an hour sometimes until it's like fully hardened, but I don't take any responsibility for that. Fair warning though, your skin will pulsate. You can physically feel the mask pulling everything out and just drawing all the blood to your face. If your face and skin can tolerate that, that is exactly what you want because it will accelerate the cell generation and healing like nothing else. When it's fully dry, just wash it off thoroughly. And pro tip here is to use a drain catcher to prevent any clumps from blocking your drain because this mask will absolutely block your drain if you don't catch it in one of those. And your face can be pretty red afterwards, so just don't plan to go out for like 1 to 2 hours maybe after this treatment. And because this mask is so powerful, you also don't want to overdo it. So I'd say max like 1 to 2 times a week. Again, to seal it all off, I use my moisturizer afterwards, as well as the zinc ointment on any spot, marking or scar. And I feel like this combination is what has saved my skin from just accumulating a shit ton of scars. My theory behind this is zinc is excellent for wound healing, right? And when you kind of dab it on to like the open pores that have just been stripped of all the gunk, but they've also been like stimulated and boosted with blood flow, you just have this power mix of like something that heals it and the power you need from your skin behind it kind of to just heal those scars super quick. And I would say when it comes to those like darker spots or marks that are left even weeks after you had the active zit, this combination has made the single biggest difference in healing that and not leaving all those marks and scars from the years, if not decades, of acne that I've been struggling with. But one very important point that I want to reiterate is that do not do this mask before your skin barrier hasn't fully healed with the first protocol that I gave you. It will be so counterproductive and just irritate your skin more and more, and it will be a vicious cycle. Just please do me a favor, heal your skin barrier first, and then when it comes to healing those darker marks and scars, that's when you do this. And please also try and stop picking your face. I know just how tempting it is. You feel something, you feel a little bump, you feel a little scab, and you just want to scrape it off and smooth it all out, or you want to pop that pimple, but every time you pick or even touch it, you just irritate it further and prolong the healing time. So if you just leave them alone and do this routine, you will get faster and better results than when you constantly disrupt that healing process by picking it. Give your skin the time it needs. And if you want to know the top 10 inflammatory foods that reduce chronic inflammation and massively help with your skin health and breakouts, then check out this video next. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you over there.